Hi, this is Annabelle from Skokie Public Library, and this is Book Discussion 101, Lesson 2. Welcome back to Book Discussion 101. Our first lesson covered the ground rules that groups should have in place. Once you've settled on the rules, it's time to select titles and prepare for your discussion. This step is especially important if you're the discussion leader. One of the ground rules involved choosing the types of books your group reads. When it's time to pick specific titles, stick to your rules, but also mix up the choices. For example, schedule a lighthearted book after a somber one, or a historical novel after something contemporary. If you're looking for recommendations, come to the library. We can suggest good books, tell you which titles our own book groups liked, and show you resources that can help you make your selections. Regardless of the book selected, you'll want to read actively. Pause at the end of each chapter and take a minute to think about what you've read and your feelings toward the story and characters. If you're the discussion leader, look for points to bring up in the discussion. Anything that prompts a strong feeling in you is usually something others will want to talk about. Use an index card as a bookmark and jot down notes and questions as you read. Discussion leaders also need to do research to help them guide the discussion. You can typically find book reviews, author interviews, and discussion questions online. Just do a web search for the title and author. Library databases are another great source of information. Literature Resource Center is a database with author biographies and essays for both contemporary and classic works. The database Novelist has book reviews, award lists, and discussion questions, and the questions even include sample answers. I've also found it useful to go to social reading websites, like Goodreads and LibraryThing, and see what other people are saying about the book. Now that you've done your research, you're ready to write your questions. As I mentioned, you can find some ready-made ones on the Novelist database. There also are questions on the Skokie Library website and the useful website readinggroupguides.com. You should also have some questions that were generated by your reading and your research. There's also nothing wrong with asking generic questions like, who was your favorite character, and what did you think of the ending? Discussion leaders also need to do research to help them guide the discussion. You can typically find book reviews, author interviews, and discussion questions online. Just do a web search of the book and author. Try to have about 20 questions ready for the discussion. You don't have to get to them all, but it's always good to have more than you need just in case. In the next Book Discussion 101, I'll give you tips on keeping discussions moving and some tips on troubleshooting typical problems. Until then, happy reading.